So today I scheduled an appointment with my counselor for later this week. And thankfully, I'm at a point where I'm not going very often, but I still like to check in every now and again and kind of work through some things or talk through some things. When I originally started going in November, I went weekly and looked forward to it because I felt so much relief when I left. But anyhow, as I went to schedule the appointment, I was thinking about how difficult it is to find professionals in the mental health area. First of all, I don't feel like there are as many people working in that field as there are on our physical health, but you also have to kind of have a relationship that works personally. So, for example, I could go to a specialist, and sometimes I'm not crazy about their actual personality. However, I feel very confident in their doctoring skills and that the advice they're giving me is sound. So I can kind of overlook if there's not a great connection. But in the mental health and a psychologist or a psychiatrist or a counselor, there's got to be a trust, right? If there's not a feeling of trust, then you can't share and tell them what you need to tell them. And that kind of makes the point of going to them moot. And it's just really hard. So I know when I originally started looking for a counselor, I tried somebody here in the town that I live in. And they were really nice. And it wasn't that they did anything wrong, but there was no connection. It just didn't feel right, and I didn't feel comfortable. So thankfully, when I was struggling so much in November and somebody was suggested to me, not only did I feel comfortable with them, but they were actually accepting new patients, because that's another problem as well. A lot of times they're full because there aren't as many people. So now I've got an appointment that's 40 minutes from my house, which I like the person, so it's worth it. But hear me out. It's 40 minutes from my house each direction. And then I have an appointment that lasts an hour. Now, I had to do this when it was difficult for me to sometimes even leave the house. But then, even as I'm feeling better, I have to try and work that into a normal schedule with everything else that's going on. And it's really inconvenient, right? I'm not going to lie. It is. And thankfully, I don't have to run my children around anymore. But not too long ago, I was. And so trying to fit those sorts of things on top of their commitments and their activities and that sort of thing is just mind-blowing. So I guess my thought is it's something you should do actually when you're not in your worst place that you can be, because it's going to take effort. And like most things, the extra effort is rewarded. I mean, it's very beneficial, but you don't want to be in that place where you are just struggling so much and then have the pressure of trying to figure that all out at the same time. So I do recommend trying to solve this problem when you are in a mental healthy state. And it's really difficult if you have teenagers or children, because not only are the options limited and your kids need to feel comfortable and they have to be accepting new patients, but there seems like there's even less people that specialize in children and adolescents. So it's really a difficult area, but it's something worth doing your homework over. So if it's something you've considered or something you would like to do, I recommend you do it, like I said, before you're in just complete shutdown mode, because of course that's going to make it even harder. Yes. All right. So that's all I have for today. Bye.